there, welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. If you wonder why I'm smiling, just been having a chat in the comment area with Steve from Steve and Tina Jules. So do go and take a look at their channel, guys. If you want to link it under the live, Steve, your channel, then of course, as always, you can do that. I'm going to do this live a little bit different today. So let me know in the comments when you've watched it, if you like the way I'm doing it. I just wanted to do something a bit different. So I've got lots of things to talk about with you today, but I thought rather than just blabbling on about all the different things, some of the things, I'll show you a little clip of what I'm talking about, but I'll still be on screen chatting. Some of them I'll chat over it. Some of it, just little tiny bits. So if I'm talking about something we got at the charity shop, I can put that up while I'm talking about it, for example. So it's going to catch you up on things, but with some visuals at the same time as I'm talking. I won't always do that because obviously it takes a bit of time to edit. I don't know if any of you guys are the same, but when I film, it's very shaky. And luckily on my free editing program, you just hit stabilize or anti-shake it is, and you just do that. So every single thing I film, I have to run it through that first. So I have to edit them before I add them to this. But anyway, let me know what you think of this. So today I'm going to be talking about what we've been doing basically. So the skips where I go and find things, where I do my dumpster diving. So again, I can show you that while I'm talking about that. My latest charity shop hauls. I've been talking about, I talked over my Vlogmas. Oh, by the way, today I just did Vlogmas in a playlist. So if you missed any Vlogmas, there's a whole playlist of Vlogmas, and just look day 1, day 2, day 3. But on that, I talked a little bit about how I give away to charity. So I'll show you a bit of that, what I actually gave away. And I did do a full video on earthquakes, but I've got a little bit more footage on the earthquakes here, so I'll share that. And of course, catching you up with my indoor garden. So again, visually, I can show you that rather than just talk about what I've been doing with my indoor garden. But first, a funny thing, I had an update on my phone, and basically it turned out to be all new apps on there. So I thought I'd just look what they are. Some are games, but you've got to pay for them, or that typical, they're free for a bit and then you pay. I just delete them. So there was some games on there. There was something else, can't remember what that was. I just deleted that. And there was one of these like AI type things, put your photo in and you can change it. And I've never done that. So I thought, oh, I'll just have a look. And that worked out. You could have it free 7 times a day. If you use it more than 7 times a day, then you have to pay for it. I just thought, for fun, I'll do it. So I sat there, I took a picture of my face, and then you have to type in what you want it to do. So I just put, look younger. It just put an AI picture on my face of like an Asian girl, you know, when you have these, I don't know what they're called, like Chinese cartoons. They got a special name, but Chinese cartoon comics or cartoon animations of a Chinese girl. And that was me looking younger. She had jet black hair, of course, and the big poppy eyes. And so me looking younger, I look Chinese, apparently, or Asian, whatever. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was called, Steve. It was just free on my phone. And I was like, oh, just get rid of that. It was stupid. And it was like you paint out the bit you want changed. So I just literally did. No, I did my whole head like that. I just scribbled all that out and it put it in there and it wasn't even the right size. It didn't even go on the body. Oh dear. Let me know in the comments any of your AI funny things you can tell me about AI. No, it's just ridiculous. It really is. I just look on it as a fun thing. I have seen a lot of channels, people change their icon and they have like an animation picture of themselves. I'd love that. If any of you out there can do that for me, I can't pay you anything. If you want to do it for fun, then I'd like that actually, because I've always used my gecko. So you can see, I'm sure you can see somewhere my icon now, and I've got the black background with the gecko. Now I like that because apart from saying Cyprus, if you run down and you look at people's icons, like say your watch later or subscribers, whatever you have there, some of them, if they've got people's faces, they're hard to see. For me, they're hard to see, but my one stands out because it's got a black background, so I don't know. Steve says, I had some fun with AI. Used to be free, and now they want a subscription and limited access now. Yes, Steve did. I'll have to find it again because I saved it. Steve did a poem about my channel, or me and my channel, New Beginnings, and one Steve put music to, but I wasn't sure how that would work on my channel, if the music would be copyright or not, because I've trouble with that on my channel. I'll find it again and I'll play it for you. Let me write down to do that, because I did save it. ChatGPT used to do AI face to AI. I don't use ChatGPT. I'll put Steve's poem. And I'll maybe play that one week for you so you can see that. I think I put music to it in the end in the background. But yeah, I'll look that up. It was really nice. It was really nice words. Okay. I like chat. Steve likes chat. What else have I got to tell you about? Oh, you know that I have volunteers here, and you know I've started doing World Packer volunteers also with Workaway. I've always used Workaway, and I've had problems with the people volunteering on World Packers. So another example, you'll never get someone who can actually read all the information, and you can put prompts on there. In fact, World Packers insist you put 3 or more prompt questions for a volunteer before they fully apply. So I've read absolutely everything fully. What else? Oh, I agree that I will find my own transport or hire a car because I don't drive. So there's that. And I can't remember what the third thing is I've put, but it's something like that, like that's what it is. Anyway, so we've just had one, apart from the fact we're closed for volunteers right now, which should have been a red flag anyway, but hey, someone applied the other day and she put underneath, I've read all blah, blah, blah. Yes, I've fully read everything. And then about getting a car, yes, I will hire my own car. And then I think the third thing is that because we only ask for very few hours a day help, that we don't provide food. So it's the things they're going to quibble about when they get here if they haven't read it properly. So she'll be, yes, I understand, I'll get my own food. Fine. Then they have to put a bit about themselves, like asking you to come to yours because of what you do and what they want to help you with. And she put, yes, I want to come to your hostel. I will work in reception at your hostel. I will look at your daily timetable and make it more productive. All your clients that come to the hostel, I will find them daily activities, and I guarantee I will make your hostel much better than it already is, and I will be able to work with all your team who work at your hostel. And she says she's read absolutely everything about my place. That makes me laugh. So even if they put, yes, I've read everything, They haven't. Now, I seriously really wanted to just say, great, you can come then. And I would have put, great, I see you say you've absolutely read everything. Come along. I want to do that one time. Just like play the game and see what happens when they come. Oh dear, I should have done it. I should have done it. I just put you say that you've totally read everything. You obviously have read nothing. And you will be of no use here whatsoever because everything you say you can do is for a hostel and we are not a hostel. And perhaps it would be better if you actually do read people's descriptions and only apply to those that are what you're seeking. I'm quite polite back. I should technically have reported her, and she wasn't young, but as I said before, we've had one volunteer from there. We've had loads of applications from there, but I did do a video to tell you all the people like that who applied and why they should never have applied. There is a video on this channel about that if you want to hear more stories. But she said it's on TikTok all the time. And as we know, the majority of people on TikTok are Gen Z, which quite a lot of them can't sit and read. So anyway, Steve saying about ChatGPT. Steve uses it for title and description and hashtags for YouTube videos. Yeah, and Steve's laughing at this poor girl. So what is the point of saying, have you read it all? And they put yes. It covers my back, but I mean, it was lucky in a way that she put all this information about working in a hostel, what she can do for my hostel. If she just put, that's great, can I come then? That's where there would have been a situation. But you do find a lot of them want to put what they will do because most of them don't want to work, as in anything physical. They want to sit behind a desk, or I have so many that apply and say, oh, we'll come and help you out with your YouTube channel. Well, that's not why you're volunteering to come here, and I don't need help with my YouTube channel. It's exactly how I want it to be. I play around with it a little bit. I'm not in it for the money anymore. I now get €2.94 a month, which means I won't get paid for another 2 years. I'm not interested in the money side anymore. And that's why I'm doing Phone Free February, because anyone who doesn't do it purely is in it for the money. Why can you not stop doing social media for February? So what's everyone's excuses for that? It's phone free February. No social media, no scrolling, no excuses. That's how it's being promoted out there. Steve says, making AI picture of you now on chat. Let's see what it does. Oh, brilliant. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, so I've been doing my indoor garden. And before I tell you what I'm doing in my indoor garden, I finished pruning the last olive tree today. Yay! Because now, what time is it now? 5:45 in the evening here on Monday here. I know some of you, like Steve, are in your early morning, but I'm coming to the end of my day and I finished today. Yes, I finished this afternoon. Yesterday it rained, so I was like, I tried to keep going in and out between the sprinkles of rain. And I was like, oh, I'm just giving up with that because I was too far away to walk to keep coming in and out. So I went back to it today and I said to Mike, don't call me till I've finished. And then when I was on the last half of, it was a big tree, the last one, my secateurs broke, but luckily I got some new ones a while back. So thank goodness for that. But they kept locking. Every time I cut with them, they locked. So I'm going to get Mike to have a look at that. And he said, I'll just take the lock off. So I probably will do that. Okay, so my indoor garden. I'll stay on the screen and show you a little clip of my indoor garden. To black shelves that I used the money that I was donated on PayPal, and I got 2 of these shelves, and I wanted to get a whole line of them, but I couldn't afford to buy any more. So Mike had the good idea of, I can still use the edges of these, but he gave me some old wood, and I just line them all up, and then they make shelves across, which gives me so much more space to grow in. And then I put trays along the bottom on the floor and grow some pots in those as well. And obviously I can use the bottom shelves, but you will have seen in previous videos how the cats love to sit on these. So this is why I grow in these containers, because you can shut the lids and it makes their own little tiny greenhouses. The only problem with starting this early is when it gets a bit colder, and these are going to be bigger but not to go outside. So I'm going to go down now and get some tops, which are like the bottoms of these containers are growing, with no lids. And I lift the lids up of these and then put a bottom upside down on here, so that would give them more height. That's Mr. Colin Waffles and Kit on the floor. Even more frugal greenhouses. These are just totes, I think you call them. Everything transplanted. These are old drawers, fridges and freezers I salvage. These are tomatoes. Most of these are tomatoes transplanted. So that's what I'm doing with my indoor garden. Now I finish doing the olive trees, I will be getting on with more seeds. Steve says, I see snow on the mountains in the distance and ice on the grass. Whoa. I think there's been snow here on the Troodos Mountains, which is further up from us, but we don't ever get snow or frost down here. But technically you could go swimming in the sea in the afternoon, and in the morning sometimes go up skiing up that end. So that's cool. The other thing is I did do a live the very beginning of January, which was to catch you up on what's been happening with the earthquakes here. And I did find a little bit of footage that I didn't add to that. So here is that. Steve says, just a very quick AI cartoon of you. Check your email. Cool. I will. Excellent. Oh, Steve, is it good? Is it good? So this is a little clip about the earthquakes here. This was one of the smaller ones, magnitude 5.2. We're sitting here in our home in Cyprus. We've just had a big earthquake, and we are just finishing the end of the aftershock. It's a massive one. Luckily, we were both just come indoors and had just come down off the ladders. Well, that could have been horrendous. The whole house moved. 4:31 p.m. Second earthquake in Cyprus, much stronger than the last one. Earthquake update. We did have a small crack here last earthquake, but now, as you can see, it's pretty big. You can get your finger. It goes right through to the other side of this wall too. In there. So that was a little bit of that update. Steve saying my ChatGTP picture, you're in a jailbird jumper. Not great. Use a screenshot, so not a lot of good details for the AI to use. Oh, you did a screenshot while I was doing this, did you? Me on here. So yes, I was talking about on my Vlogmas about how because I don't get presents for Christmas or birthday, I actually donate for Christmas. And this year I donated a whole load of stuff, and I thought I would show you what I actually donated. So first of all, I had loads of carnival stuff. Now this stuff was in an auction lot that I won that had things in it I wanted, but all this stuff was in it as well, and I didn't want this stuff, but the value of what I wanted was more than the whole amount of stuff. Now here are some dance props that I had when I was running my dance school. I made these traffic warden hats for a sketch. I have to show you some of my sketches. I think I put them on my dance channel. So these are all just props and costumes that I had from when I had the dance school. We have the British bases here in Cyprus, and what some of those did was they buy the costumes, but then when they leave, they don't want to pay to have them all transported back to England, so they give them back, donate them back to the school. Then there was all these brand new dance shoes, dance wear. Now all of this stuff is brand new, as I say, and it's because we had a dance shop within the dance school, and obviously we had to keep stock. Now we got everything obviously wholesale, so we are then we have to actually sell it the recommended retail price. So we obviously made quite a bit of money on the dance shoes and everything else. So all this stock that was left behind, we haven't lost money on. But this was all donated to a cancer charity shop, and I'm actually going there tomorrow. So I'm going to ask her how it's gone. And I did give her the price list of the items, so she'd know. Obviously, she didn't want to give it away at the charity shop. These are dance trousers, the pink and black multicolour ones. These are dance trousers for tap dancing. And there must be over €500 worth at least of the stuff that I gave to the charity shop. Steve said email message did not make it. Oh, okay. These are net dance skirts, so I'm sure little girls who's starting ballet or just want to dress up at home. I think the price labels were on some of the stuff still, but as I say, it's all brand new. Leotards, which of course could be used as swimsuits, so I think they will sell those very well. And she said bring it all now. Talked about how she's got another shop round the corner which they use as a storeroom. So she said, yeah, just bring it all, whatever you've got. So this is all gone now. This is great. And I was saying to Mike the other day, oh, this means all my folders with all the stock, I gave her most of the stuff, but that can all go now. All my links can go. What else have I got? Photos, all these photos you're seeing, this is all from my file of the stock. This can all go, so I can really empty my computer out as well. There's a lot of stuff. These are like jazz shoes, they call them. They can be used for exercise or just general dance. Ballet crossovers. So there's so much stuff. I mean, if they sold everything for €1. The point shoes, I kept one pair because I want to do something fancy with those. Now, I've still got these. There's 2 or 3 silver tail coats, adult size, and there's 2 of these white ones. I've still got 2 or 3 of those. I've still got this, which we've used many times. We've used it for Alice in Wonderland. We've used it for, I had a whole set of them, so I used them for the Von Trapp children in Sound of Music. I've used it for Mary Poppins, the bit where she goes into the cartoon with the carnival horses. These are the same dresses. So that's me. That's me there. I've still got, there's about 20 sets of these pom-poms. and 20 sets of these white pom-poms, and the ribbon you see there, I've got a set of those still. They're like dance ribbons and exercise ribbons. So I've still got those. Oh, and battens. I've still got a lot of battens. But because there's so many, I don't know if I'm going to keep them and sell them as a set. I've still got, I think, a few of these feather headdresses and these feather fans. I think I've still got those somewhere. But that is all I've got left. Everything else is now gone. And then books. I talked about how I now get, I go to a book swap place. I read all my books. If I don't want to keep them, I now take them to Book Swap, and she tells you how much it's worth, what you've got. And then any books you get from her, she gives you 50% of your money you can take, and you pay 50%. So you've always got money banked there. So that's an update on that. And then charity shop, I've obviously been doing that. I'm going tomorrow as well. Once we go out and do everything we need to do or want to do. And I thought, I've got to go to charity shop, because surely people have put stuff in there they got for Christmas and don't want. So I need to do that. Hey, Sammy made it. Sammy's on, Mike. Mike's saying hello. Sammy was saying about she goes to work and she gets in just at the end of my lives. So it's check out Small Urban Greens. And I haven't forgotten about doing your questions, Sammy. I'm just waiting. Oh, she says, hi, Mike. I'm just waiting. We had rain yesterday, and I was like, and I wanted to finish cutting all the olive trees. So I finished that today. So I'll just wait for a sunny day, and then I'll go and film your questions. I haven't forgotten. So yes, charity shop tomorrow. There's bound to be something good, isn't there, that the people didn't want for Christmas? And this is my latest thing I got from a charity shop. My latest charity shop haul. I've taken loads more stuff to charity. And while I was there, I was looking for a white hoodie or a white top. And I found this one, Snoopy. And I tried it on. It fits really nicely. And that will go nicely with all my new jogging bottoms of all different colours. I don't have tops that go with them. So I was looking for something white. And I do like hoodies and sweatshirts. So it's nice, casual. And I love Woodstock. Let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer Snoopy or Charlie Brown or Woodstock? Or indeed, which other character from the Peanuts strips do you like the best? And I've just noticed there's a little Snoopy on the sleeve as well. Just as I was folding it away, I didn't notice that when I tried it on. So we've even got a little Snoopy down here. So if you want to see more of that charity shop day haul, and as I say, I'm going tomorrow, so I might add that on as well. I will have a video coming up soon, so you can see my latest charity shop haul. Steve's done a link to Small Urban Greens. Thank you for that. And Small Urban Green says, that's so cute, Snoopy. Yes. And I tried it on in the shop. I always try clothes on. I just can't buy clothes without trying them on. I'm a funny shape now. So I tried it on, as I said, and it fitted really nicely. And then when I got home, it's got inside the label, like size, because I thought, oh, what size is it? It's not. It's got height. And I can't remember what it said, height, centimetres. I don't know my height in centimetres. And to me, that's children, isn't it? You normally get height when it's children's clothes. So I don't know. So yes, if you want to see more of my charity shop hauls, I've got loads of videos. Go to some back ones. There's plenty there, and new one coming up soon. Sammy from Small Urban Green says thank you to Steve. And then, of course, another thing that I like to show you quite a lot is my dumpster diving, things we find in the skips. So here's a little preview of one coming up. Might have found this. It's just a cooking pan, and this is good enough to leave outside for the cats, full of water in another area of the garden. So of course we got more than that. As I say, it's a preview of all sorts of things we find, and I laugh because every time I go I find flower pots, and that's obviously an amazing thing to do. Often they are quite new ones, and I've said before, I'm sure that's because people buy plants from the garden centre, they plant them out, they throw away the flower pots. So I think there should be something really, garden centres, like the old glass bottles, if you took them back you got money back or something, or maybe a voucher or stamp or something, and then you get money off next time. Something like that would be a good idea. Small Urban Greens, Sammy says, yes, normally height and centimetres is kiddies' clothing. There's no way I'm a children's size, but I totally agree with you. So I don't know how on earth I fit that. I'll have to wear it one time and show you, look, and then show you the label. I can't remember the size it said in it. I'll have to look. But yeah, I agree, Sammy, it definitely is children's clothing. There's no way I fit children's clothing. You've seen me in person, Sammy. You know there's not. Steve says, you're welcome to Sammy. New sub here from Canada. And of course, Sammy will do the same in return. You will love Steve's videos. And if anyone doesn't know about Sammy from Small Urban Greens, she's in South Africa, and she came here to visit my homestead, and on my channel and on Sammy's channel there's her visit. Now we both did it in completely different ways, and I was very cautious to try and film things she wasn't filming of why she was visiting here, and obviously she's got a different style as well. So you can watch both channels and you'll see the visit, you'll see different things, because I left certain parts that she was filming for her channel. It's in 3 parts on my channel, and we're collabing again. And as you heard me say earlier, I'm filming asking questions for Sammy for her channel, so she can answer questions there. So go and have a look at that. If you want to put, when this video's up, Sammy, put your links in the description under this live, so you can do that. Yes, and Steve and Tina Jewel, I'm sure those of you who watch my channel know Steve is from Canada. They've just come back from a trip in Mexico. So don't get confused if you see Mexico on their channel. That was for a whirlwind holiday. It was for Tina's birthday, actually. Tina does a few cooking bits, and there's lots of other good content. I like when Steve shows us round the lakes near where he lives. So, yeah. Okay, so that is really it. Tell me if you like this style of lives today. As I say, I might not do it every time because it's a bit of work to just get little clips to show you, but I thought it was a roundup as I hadn't been live. I've been live doing vlogs every day of December, so I kind of haven't been live since then. I am actually live tomorrow, but it's going to be a pop-up on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Let me see if I can run that along the bottom somewhere. Let me see. There. So my other channel running across the bottom here, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. There's a pop-up tomorrow, and that will be part 2 of my tour around Cyprus. We did like a road trip in one day and just did a big circular tour. I did part 1. It's under my lives on Tuesday tours. That's what Tuesdays are called if I do a pop-up then. It's not scheduled. I'll just do it when I get home tomorrow. So Tuesday tours, and I did part 1 last time I did a Tuesday tour. And part 2 I will show tomorrow. And then probably in a couple of weeks' time I'll do part 3. So that's for you to look forward to, and I will be back here on Wednesday, same time as today's live, and I'm going to share a video with you on Wednesday, and it's going to be, look, I'm looking up, I've got schedules here now, goats on my driveway after we had to drive around Limassol, and we came back and we found all these goats on our driveway, and I filmed it because I wanted to film in Limassol, just driving through like the town, because you see so often here the rural aspect of here, so you don't often see town in my videos. So some of you might not know what town looks like in Cyprus. Sammy does because her sister lives in Limassol town. So I drove around Limassol town and filmed that, and then drove back here so you can compare. If you don't know where I live, you can compare the two sceneries from town to there. And then as we got back, as I say, there were goats all down our driveway, so that was a brilliant contrast anyway between town and the rural area where I live. Let me see. Small Urban Green says cooking content, so I'm going to love that. I sure will subscribe, and first follower from Canada. Oh, cool. Yes, Sammy's channel mostly consists of her garden, and it's growing in a very small space, and you should see what she gets in this small tiny space. So that's really good. So if you're into growing, or if you're not into growing, it's just lovely to see it anyway. And Steve says, I cycled to South Africa in 1992. Wowsy. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to finish there today. As I say, let me know if you like this version of lives today. It was a bit different. I enjoyed doing it. Gave me little breaks in between, but the clips aren't too long. So, and then I will see you back here on Wednesday. So until then, as always, Meraki.